This other little lovely graphic that you're seeing, $12 and $13 tickets for this game. $12 and $13 tickets for this game. Now tell me again, everything's cool in the Indiana Fever fandom, right?
That $12 price tag deserves a moment of real attention. Just $12 to walk into a professional arena and watch the most famous and economically powerful female athlete in the world. That's cheaper than a movie ticket. Cheaper than grabbing a couple of premium coffees. Yet despite a price that feels almost like a giveaway, when the Indiana Fever faced a Nigerian national team, the arena told a completely different story. This wasn't about a few empty seats scattered high up in the stands. Entire sections sat vacant, rows upon rows with no fans at all. The cameras tried to avoid showing it, but it was impossible to hide. Within moments, social media picked up on it and amplified the visuals, turning what should have been a routine preseason exhibition into something much bigger and far louder. What unfolded didn't look like coincidence or bad timing. It felt deliberate. A strong, visible message from the fan base, one that hit financially and symbolically. This wasn't just about one game. It signaled growing frustration and a sense that the organization may have underestimated or taken its audience for granted.
There's about 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and all of a sudden, there's an overhead shot of this game. And you could already see there were a ton of empty seats in this place. A ton. And my goodness, this overhead shot, literally, the account that put this out, tons of empty seats, and this was...
Welcome to WNBA Swish. The echoing silence of those $12 seats should be sending shockwaves through the executive offices of the Indiana Fever and the WNBA front office. Today, we're taking a hard, analytical look at what appears to be an unprecedented fan boycott. We'll examine the roster depth concerns that may have contributed to it and break down the high-stakes pressure building around the franchise's financial future. Instead of leaning on surface-level narratives, this is about numbers, fan sentiment, and the very real consequences when massive hype meets disappointing outcomes in real time. To understand why this moment feels so significant, you have to look at the historical context. In 2024, during Caitlin Clark's rookie season, the Indiana Fever averaged an incredible 17,036 fans per game, with Gamebridge Fieldhouse consistently packed. Demand was so high that opposing teams moved games into larger NBA arenas just to accommodate the crowds. Clark wasn't just a star player. She became a driving force behind ticket sales and league-wide attention. Even in 2025, a low-stakes exhibition in Iowa City drew a full house, with fans willing to pay premium prices just to see her on the court. That's what makes the contrast so striking. On Saturday night, facing the Nigerian national team, with ticket prices as low as $12, the arena atmosphere shifted dramatically, with large sections visibly empty. While some may attribute it to preseason timing or scheduling, the difference between past sellouts and this turnout points to a deeper shift in fan energy. Whether it's frustration, unmet expectations, or something else entirely, the change in mood is becoming harder to ignore, and it's something the organization can't afford to dismiss.
Pre-halftime. Correct. There was about 5 minutes left before the half when this shot came up. And it led me, there were so many empty seats, I actually went over and had pulled up the following graphic that I'm going to put up in front of you, which is, that is the layout from Ticketmaster. Everything in the blue had tickets available for this game. And also this other little lovely graphic that you're seeing.
The Caitlin Clark fanbase now appears to be in a tense standoff with the Indiana Fever front office, and this financial backlash seems to be the result of months of growing frustration. It began on draft night, when the coaching staff described one of the most dominant primary ball handlers in college basketball as an on and off ball player, a decision that immediately raised eyebrows. Tensions grew further when team representatives publicly dismissed concerned fans as complainers, and continued to build as roster decisions left many questioning the lack of experienced veteran additions. Concerns about player roles and overall team structure only added fuel to the fire. The situation reached a breaking point after a tough loss to the Dallas Wings, where Clark delivered an efficient 21-point performance, shooting 66%, but the team struggled significantly whenever she was off the floor. For many fans, the issue wasn't just a loss itself, but what it revealed about the team's depth and overall balance. The response from the organization, highlighting the game with a polished, AI-generated hype video, was seen by some as out of touch with concerns being raised. After weeks of vocal frustration, a portion of the fan base appeared to shift from words to action, choosing to disengage financially and signaling their dissatisfaction in a way that's hard for any organization to ignore.
$12 and $13 tickets for this game. $12 and $13 tickets for this game. Now tell me again, everything's cool in the Indiana Fever fandom, right? Is that what we're trying to say? Because no, it does not look that way. And even though this game, obviously, against Nigeria was a blowout, in a lot of ways, it proved some people right. The Fever scored 15 points to Nigeria's 12 in the third quarter. The depth is...
At the core of this frustration is a growing concern about roster depth. Today's sports audience is more informed than ever. They follow analytics, understand rotations, and recognize when a team struggles to maintain performance without its star player. That concern became especially clear in the Dallas game. When Caitlin Clark sat during the second quarter, the Fever were outscored 36-7, turning what had been a competitive matchup into a one-sided loss. Despite Clark's efficient 21-point performance, the team's inability to sustain even basic offensive and defensive structure without her raised serious questions. Kelsey Mitchell had a difficult night, shooting of 12 with minus 18 rating, while several key role players failed to contribute on the scoreboard. For many fans, that game reinforced a troubling pattern. When the team falters badly even with a standout showing from its franchise player, it leads to doubts about how well the roster has been constructed. That perception has begun to influence how fans value the overall product. Low ticket prices are being interpreted by some as a reflection of what the team offers when it's not operating at full strength. At the same time, there were positive signs in the matchup against Nigeria. Aaliyah Boston's return brought a noticeable shift, particularly in ball movement and offensive flow. In limited minutes, she recorded 6 assists and a strong plus-minus impact, hinting at her potential as a central playmaking presence from the front court. Kelsey Mitchell also rebounded with efficient perimeter shooting, while the team's overall execution improved significantly. The result was a dominant 105-57 victory, showcasing what the roster can look like when multiple pieces contribute effectively and the system functions as intended.
A problem on this team. Let's just go over here, box score. Look at this, folks. 15-12, 18-16. Nigeria has played the back end of the Fever roster. We're talking about Hines Allen and Dantas being on the court. Raven Johnson being on the court. Michaela Timpson being on the court. And Nigeria has played us damn near even in the second half. Damn near even. What have we been preaching? Depth, length, size. And you're playing Nigeria.
Looking at the box score, a clearer picture of the problem starts to emerge. The final stretches of the game show closer numbers, 15-12 and 18-16. But even against Nigeria's rotation and the Fever's deeper bench group, the matchup remained surprisingly competitive. Players like Hines Allen, Dantas, Raven Johnson, and Michaela Timpson saw significant minutes, and yet Nigeria managed to stay nearly even across portions of the second half. That outcome reinforces a recurring theme the team has been dealing with all season: concerns around depth, size, and overall roster balance. From a fan perspective, however, the bigger issue is perception. Many of those who chose not to attend Saturday's game didn't witness any of the late-game improvements or ball movement adjustments. Instead, Their judgment was shaped by earlier struggles, particularly the Dallas loss, and by growing skepticism toward the organization's direction. Over time, that skepticism has evolved into a broader confidence gap. Fans questioning the general manager's roster construction, the coaching staff's decisions, and the bench's ability to sustain performance when the starters rest. That mistrust also feeds into the financial conversation. Preseason tickets priced at around $12 stood in stark contrast to regular season pricing, where seats for May 9th opener against the Dallas Wings reportedly start near $97, a massive jump by any standard. For a fan base already hesitant to buy into the product at lower prices, that increase raises difficult questions about demand elasticity and long-term attendance stability. In practical terms, even a modest drop in attendance at those higher price points could translate into significant revenue loss over a full home schedule. Ultimately, this situation extends beyond marketing or messaging. No promotional effort or highlight video can fully resolve it. At its core, the issue is trust. And in professional sports, trust is rebuilt in only one way: consistent winning and sustained performance on the court.
Passing the ball in. Good stuff. Good stuff. But, boy, I got to tell you, woo-wee. Couple things pretty evident tonight, I would say, during this game. Lack of depth, and clearly, look, before everybody starts saying, oh, but that was right before halftime, blah, blah, blah.
May 9th against the Dallas Wings on ABC is being framed as the moment of truth. If the Indiana Fever come out with a fully healthy roster and deliver a dominant performance, if Caitlin Clark runs the offense effectively, Aaliyah Boston controls the paint, and the bench maintains stability, the entire narrative could shift quickly. In that scenario, momentum would likely return, ticket demand could rise again, and fan engagement might rebound as confidence in the team is restored through results on the court. However, there is also a much more concerning possibility. If Clark performs at an elite level but the supporting cast struggles again, and the team suffers another disappointing outcome, especially in a high-visibility, nationally televised setting, the consequences could extend beyond frustration. A visibly underwhelming crowd at a $97 price point would only intensify the scrutiny and deepen existing concerns about trust between the fan base and the organization. In that case, frustration could evolve into apathy, where fans disengage entirely, stop attending games, reduce viewership, and withdraw financial support. That kind of long-term disengagement is often viewed as more damaging than anger because it signals a loss of emotional investment in the team. With the opener approaching, the pressure is building rapidly. Everything now hinges on performance, execution, and whether the team can convert talent into consistent results. From this perspective, the stakes are no longer just about one game, but about restoring belief.